Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription. I am a little chilly. It's cold outside, so I'm inside. I'm in the sanctuary of the Union Gospel Mission. It's like 40 degrees outside, and it's like 60 something in here. 66, I think, is what it's set for. So it's like comfortable in here, but out there, it's been, looking a little more warmer than normal. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about my childhood again, and I'm going to talk about some of the fun that I had while I was a kid. I made in the previous videos everything look like it was not very happy for me. Well, it was. It actually was pretty fun. I had, I wouldn't really call them friends per se because there was no real direct interaction all the time, or not even on a regular basis, like once a week or whatever. But every now and then there'd be a couple people that I'd hang out with, a couple of kids, my age, and we'd go off and we'd play. And our favorite thing was to take the cattails and strip them off, and put them in the mud pies, and we'd make mud pies. We'd go looking around for stones. We'd have to find the perfect flat stones. We were skippers. I forget his name, but there was a specific young man that I hung out with, a little boy at my age. I was like 7-ish, I think, give or take. I have some memory issues, so therein lies part of my problem, but I can do something. I was around 7 years old, I guess, and we would be looking for these perfect stones. They had to be perfectly flat. They didn't necessarily have to be round, but the more rounded they were, the better they were for skipping across the lake, And the two of us would get together and we'd pound it, and sometimes he'd have 5 and I'd have 3, He'd give me 1, so we'd each have 4, Or I'd have 5 and he'd have 3, so I'd give him 1, we'd each have 4. It was pretty fun that way. If we showed up and say I had 5 and he had 4, and we'd look around at the lake, for one more, just to make sure it was even, Sometimes we'd make sure that we had a definite number in mind. We're only going to do 5 stones. We're only going to do 6 stones. We're going to do 10 stones today. It was pretty wild. Most of the time he won, because I wasn't really a good skipper back in those days. I developed it. And to this day, I think I can probably skip a good stone probably a good 8-10 times. I'm pretty positive I can get 8 to 10 skips off a stone, because I remember what we were looking for, and I remember how to do it now, and all that. But I just haven't really gone out and done it. I mean, I probably still could. Bike riding. We used to go bike riding. There was another boy that we'd go bike riding with every now and then. It was like maybe 2 or 3 months go by and we'd go for a bike ride or whatever. But without him, I could go for a bike ride, no problem. Taberg was a pretty small town, but the downtown was a few miles away, and I never really made it downtown on the bike. But to go from our house to the road, you had to go up the driveway. I mean, the driveway was up like that. So, I'd walk my bike up the driveway, get it to the road, and then I'd decide, do I want to go towards Taberg or do I want to go towards Camden? And Camden was where I was going to school at, and Taberg was downtown where I was doing the Cub Scouts and all that other good stuff that I was doing. And I'll talk about those. We'd go to Camp Delta or Lake Delta, or I forget what it was called. But anyway, I'd go bike riding, and sometimes I'd take off for hours. And I'd come back, and my mom would be like, "Where you been?" "Oh, I went for a bike ride." "What'd you do?" "Oh, I just rode down to the dump," which is maybe a half a mile or something, maybe quarter mile. It wasn't that far away. I honestly forget how far it was, but it wasn't that far. Sometimes she just like, "You've been out for a bike ride again, haven't you?" "No, I didn't go for a bike ride today." "Well, what did you do?" "Oh, I just took my bike down." "That's a bike ride." "Oh, okay, yeah, Mom, I did go." Yeah, confusing a little bit. But yeah, I had a 10 speed, And the best part of that 10 speed was the accident that I had. Ooh, how could an accident be the best part? Let me put it to you this way. I learned you do not pedal faster than the gear is you're in. Say, for example, you're in third gear and you accidentally shift to the wrong one, and instead of going to fourth gear, you go to seventh gear or eighth gear. Well, my feet went crazy and slipped right off the pedal and got caught underneath, and I tumbled and whatnot. And I actually have a scar up here. I don't know if you can even see it, but there is a little scar up there somewhere underneath all that hair. And yeah, that's the bicycle lesson. What I learned was pay attention to how you're pedaling and what gear you're in. See, now that was a valuable lesson because up to that point, I'd only been first, second, and third gear. And I thought to myself, let me try a higher gear. Higher gear means I got to pedal harder, but I'll go faster. Learning, this is what you do when you're learning. You experiment. And I did. I put the wrong lever, and instead of going to fourth gear, I popped the other gear up and jumped me up there. And it went crazy. It was fun. I mean, at the time it wasn't fun, but I mean, I'm looking back, I'm like, yeah, that was pretty fun. Because the bike went over on its side and into the guardrail, and I thought that was going to protect me. But no, I went over the guardrail, and that's when I hit my head and got that scar. And I mean, I was okay. I didn't go unconscious or whatnot. The bike was fine. I got right back on the bike, and I made sure that it was down in the third gear. That front gear, in case you didn't know, actually takes it from fifth gear to sixth gear, but you got to take the back gears down one, and it's a little bit complicated for a young kid to figure out how to work gears. But that's okay because I learned. I got right back on the bike and I got it back down to third gear and I went back home. I was done. I was done. I think I went ahead and just went to bed or something. I don't remember. My mom wasn't even worried about me because I wasn't gone that long. Maybe half hour. Something like that. But yeah, I just wanted to point out that there are some fun times that I've had as a kid. And I'll be talking about other things like the Camp Delta or Lake Delta, and maybe even mention a few of the Cub Scout issues that I had. Some of the good memories and a few bad memories there. But, it's all process, right? Growing and so forth and so on. Yeah, that's about all I have for now. Y'all stay blessed, safe, healthy, and frosty. And until next time we get together, keep looking up. And remember, I love you and you can't do anything about it.